Clark Rayner and Gord Yamazaki are out for a day of fishing on the St. John River. They're not after bass like most anglers on this stretch, but rather a much larger fish. They're the driving force behind the new St. John River chapter of Muskie's Canada. Rayner is a converted bass fisherman who remembers well the day 2 years ago when he first fished for muskie.
We hooked 5 muskies that day. It was a bad day for smallmouth fishing, so we threw on the big baits. The wind was up, and by the end of the day we hooked 5, which is just astounding.
Yamazaki has spent long hours on the Great Lakes fishing for muskie. He prefers it here.
We feel that there's a real opportunity here for a wonderful fishing resource. It's a tourism opportunity, but also just an opportunity for people in New Brunswick to use the river again. I think this is a wonderful resource, the St. John River.
But not everyone is thrilled with the arrival of muskie.
If I had my druthers, we would not have them. They're here. They're here to stay. And we will play the cards that have been dealt to us.
Peter Cronin says muskie migrated to the St. John River in the 80s from Quebec.
Muskies are an invasive species. They're an exotic species. They're a large predator. There will be a consequence.
Like the province, federal fisheries has a mandate to protect native species. That's bad news for muskies and those who fish them.
We euthanize the fish because they're not native to New Brunswick.
The muskie's main diet is yellow perch, sucker, and bullhead.
But they're opportunistic. They're going to take advantage of what's abundant at the time that they're hungry. And species such as brook trout and Atlantic salmon may be more vulnerable.
I don't think that you could ever say that the muskellunge would never eat a salmon, particularly a small salmon. But as far as it being a threat, I wouldn't consider it that. The New Brunswick Department of Natural Resources should recognize the muskie as a sport fish in New Brunswick. And with that, bring about some more reasonable regulations.
The local association practices strictly catch and release. They'd like the province to cut the daily kill limit of 10 to preserve the muskie population. But that's not likely.
We're not prepared to make those decisions at the moment to enhance the exotic species over the expense of a native wild population, whether it's brook trout, Atlantic salmon, or even yellow perch. From what we understand of the species, it will do fine without our help.
Meantime, Clark Rayner will keep fishing muskie, looking to break his own record set last fall when he boated this 34-pound giant.
It feels like you hooked a locomotive, and he's going the other way.
And like it or not, the muskies are here to stay.
Man, what a fish. What a fish.